Que eran tú gordo, tú gordo delgado. No, no, no.
Mira lo que te que está hablando.
¿Pero de qué estamos hablando? ¿De qué? Pero tú no me... del juego, pero oye, tú no me rompes. Creo que yo nunca llegué a jugar contigo. Eres gordo porque recuérdate que tú salías, ¿no? Este no fue. Te estaba ganando yo cuando te... No estaba ganando por 20 casi. 20 que... Cuando se dañó la vaina. Recuérdate que esa vaina llegaba a 2 cuartos y yo pagaba el... Empezamos a jugar y yo te estaba rompiendo y se apagó la vaina. Y que hago, yo estoy ganando porque te estaba ganando por 20. Diablo, se salió el pastor porque estaba 11 a 20, compadre. Ya. Pero la última vez te ganó. Porque él podía esperarse que él no iba a ganar.
Espérame, pero que te estoy diciendo, oye, estamos jugando pelota ahora mismo. Por eso yo pregúntale a Gaby que estamos jugando. ¿Por qué yo me salí, Gaby? ¿Por qué me salí?
Kristen the mic and get on top of the beat. It becomes an instant classic when he 40 speed. My lyrics poke out just like a widow peak. I go like I got city defense. Refuse to lose. Ain't no recess commercials or interludes. Look, right now I'm on my own and I'm at the crib. And it's this new deal.
You want it now?
OG from the but I'm still not out of the woods. Even though that I'm Project English is my language. Ghetto slang, broken English. It's hard to crack the code and distinguish. BR, before rap, I was famous.
Yo estoy transmitiendo y eso no. ¿De una a una qué, compadre? ¿Tú me ganó? ¿Que está una a una de qué? Oye, pero...
La televisión se le apagó. Él me había dicho, yo le pongo pausa, él le puede poner pausa ahí. Él está buscando el
que compadre, que la televisión está atrasada y no puedo tirar, así era con el bateo, no te estoy diciendo,
¿Y de cuándo la televisión se trata?
Compadre, porque estoy jugando en el cuarto, esa televisión es vieja.
Sí, pero no se podía.
Que no podía.
Espérate. Él no me gusta jugar en la moda. Eso no tiene que ver con eso. Llévate de mí, no tiene que ver con eso. Porque hasta yo, hay una vieja que yo siempre he jugado en televisión vieja, ¿verdad? Oye, digo que está atrasada, pero cuando Dale está jugando Call of Duty y los tiros no le cuentan. Yo te voy a contar. Es con razón, por eso.
Dale. ¿Tú lo estás viendo, Ariel? ¿Tú lo estás viendo? ¿Tú lo estás viendo?
We'll see the Golden State Warriors facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Espera.
And Oklahoma City starts out with the
ball. Tú no dejas que uno termine, loco. Estoy haciendo el live.
And attacking Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise. To me, that's where the frame of Lou Dort helps, right? He's so big and strong from the guard position. He can take contact.
Greg, we've got 2 of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target with his 3. Outside Butler. Pass to Curry. Back to Butler. The 3. And again, no good by Golden State. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And another shot. And Holmgren finishes inside.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
That one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Curry's shot is good.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Dagnall. We talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for, guys.
Thank you, David. And the shot goes in.
Excellent touch by Stephen Curry. What a smooth offensive player.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially late on drives to the rim.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Pass to Buff. Back to Curry. Here's Podziemski. Up and in on the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Wow, what a quick release from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What a pretty pull-up.
Curry outside. Goes up. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Pass to Moody. Takes a 3. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
Well, pre-shot preparation and being ready on the catch, that is Stephen Curry in a nutshell.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay.
And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup, finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
The shot by Curry, no good. The Thunder lead by 7. Great since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out. Well, Jimmy Butler, outstanding at...
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
Now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Baby, it is showtime. Both teams deciding to change it up. Now, here's Payton. No good with the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Trace Jackson-Davis. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. It's his first trip to the line.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 11.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Thunder lead by 10.
Warriors, 19.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander drains the three-pointer. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Pass to Payton. Launches it. Another miss by Curry.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
And stolen by Wallace. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. And that one's good. Wiggins.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Caruso, no good. Warriors trailed by 17. Here's Payton. Here's Jackson Davis. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
I'll tell you, allow him to get to a spot, and it's over, right? Defense unable to even challenge the shot.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. And he gets the bucket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24.
Such a smoothness and ease to the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays. What a pretty drive. Makes it look easy.
Connects from three-point range. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just slicing his way inside. No doubt on the finish.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Unwilling to let up even... And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Different look here for the Warriors. The Thunder leading by 14. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Moody. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
And the dunk by Holmgren.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
Warriors trailed by 17. Pass to Pajemski. Back to Green. They kick out to Heel. Some nice passing by Golden State. Shot by Pajemski, no good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it down low. 34 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
The Thunder leading by 19 points. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. Back to Butler. Pajemski on the wing. And here we go. Holmgren heading to the hoop.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
Pajemski with it. Dort covering. Healed outside. And the three ball is good.
For three.
Heald's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. That'll be a 5-second call.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
It's stolen. Outside Curry. And Holmgren pulls it down. Oklahoma City leading by 20. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now Green defending. Over in the corner, George. Deflects the pass. Curry with the steal. With the drive. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Curry's got 18 points.
But you want to step him off the line, that's no problem. Steph, an efficient move into the mid-range jump shot.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 36.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Well, DB, it didn't take long, did it, for Holmgren to live up to his draft status?
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me. Well, pretty pass from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy can score it, but make sure you're lifting up the guys around you.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Curry outside. It's good from long range. Curry's got 21 in the game.
The supreme confidence from Steph Curry to attempt that shot, let alone make it. Impossible to measure this guy's range.
And they got to bring the double team on.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Back to Curry. The 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the foul. It'll go on Trace Jackson-Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Dort. Good on the bucket.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Curry's got 24.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Here's Curry with the three. Another three for Golden State.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Outside, Kuminga. Back to Curry. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
SGA, an outstanding defender, that time sends it back.
On the wing, Payton. No good on the triple. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Butler's got 6.
That's the tenacity of Jimmy Butler, just putting in work in close range.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
And Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Pretty much automatic tonight at the line, 8 for 8.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
Substitution on the floor.
1:29 left in the third quarter. And that one, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 52 points.
You know, they continue to feed him the ball, and he keeps delivering. The leading scorer in this one.
Assist from Jimmy Butler.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 54 points.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Going inside. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Kuminga, no good.